What's going on YouTube? How's it going? Today I have Jacob Reed with me. And what did you do today, Jacob?
I got first with Virtual World.
At what?
Just a little regional.
Oh yeah, just the first regional in Montana. Not bad,
no
not
big
bad.
deal, no big deal.
Yeah. So congrats on getting first, Jacob. You've been maining Virtual World for about a year now.
Yeah, I was trying to give up on the deck actually, and since I won, and now I got to go to nationals or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
Play Virtual World.
Awesome. Well, let's just hear what your matchups were, and then we can get into the deck
So
profile.
first matchup of the day, I played against somebody I played at state and who beat me. It was Drytron. Gosh, I hate that deck. And then I played against Jack Knight Egyptian God Turbo because we drew. Well, I drew with Drytron, and then Jack Knight Egyptian God Turbo. I beat him in 2. And then I played against Sky Striker. That was a grinding match. I went 2-1 against him. And then the 4th round was Sword Soul, and I went 2-1 against him. That literally almost went under time in game 3. And then my last matchup in the championship was against
the boy
the boy that actually helped me build this and revamp it up a little bit. So he beat himself. I mean, it's his fault, right?
Hey, awesome.
So yeah, the deck list is 43, and then main 15-15. So let me get into it real quick.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Big card of the day. I mean, Scythe. Lock them out. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Sappy one off. Fairy Tale Snow. I mean, super good to get in all your level 10s. It's mandatory to play. I think it's really good. Also, it's an interruption on their side of the field. If they need to get into it, flip it over. If they're gonna be able to attack with something to inflict battle damage, Fairy Tale Snow. Flip it over. See you later. And then for hand traps, I play the Gamma package. The way I look at Gamma, I mean, a lot of people just, it's a really good hand trap and negates the activation and destroys the card. So it's really good. The only other thing about it that I really, really like is that obviously level 6, level 2 tuners, I mean, you kind of need this kind of stuff to, get stuff going. This in one Stardust Charge War equals Crystal Wing, so it's just perfect. And this Beatrice Slapper, just anything to help you get going. Also, I mean, I did kind of think of it as another Called by the Grave. So it's just like they ash you when you pitch Water Enchantress, Gamma, see you later, have a good day. It's like super busted. 3 Ash, I don't really need to explain 3 Ash.
Nope.
It's Ash, it hits everything. And then I have, just the Water Enchantress package. I only run 2, think you only need to run 2. I mean, you can send it off of Beatrice really easily if it's in your hand, or you're pretty much playing 4 cards of Rite of Aramis with this thing. And it's also really good Ash bait, so I like to, Beatrice send it and then keep going. I mean, also special summoning this on your side of the field when you control the token, and just to get the Nyan Nyan, and then you sink for 3, and then you banish this to get your other, just give them a little bit more ads, add another right or something, just for consistency and follow-up. I think it's a really good idea. 2 Nyan Nyan, huge, and the reason why 2 Nyan Nyan is huge is because Pot of Desires is at 2. You're welcome, thank you, Konami, I love you so much, and also for banning Verte, because I hate that card.
Yep.
But this was huge. I always played 1 until this tournament. I decided to play 2. I figured it paired better with what I was trying to accomplish most of the time. Having Nyan Nyan Engrave for follow-up, and because you weren't always. This wasn't my main target to shuffle back when I activated Chooch. It was obviously Chooch and Quinglong because I, only play 2 Quinglong, so I'm always just trying to have that kind of stuff in my deck. 3 Lulu, don't need to explain why. 3 Gigi, don't need to explain. 3 Lili, don't need to explain. But the 2 Lao Lao, let's talk about that. It's one of the best Virtual World monsters by far, but it's the one that you never want to see opening. You want to add this off of Lulu, or you want to add this off of Quinglong, because if you have another Virtual World monster, like let's say Gigi, and you discard, when you go Quinglong effect, add this, discard Gigi, or Lao Lao targeting, whatever, send the Nyan Nyan, and then special summon the Gigi. I mean, those are the plays, those are the combos, those are what you're trying to do. And only seeing 2 of these are the only time it ever became a problem is when I activated Pot of Desires and banished both of them. But it sucked, but I mean, it happens, For spells now, some 1-ofs. Called by, have to play it. It's like I have 4 copies of it now. Foolish Burial, super good. Water Enchantress, all that kind of get you there. I only play 1 Foolish Burial Goods, and the reason why is it's once per turn. I don't want to have 2 copies of a card if they're only once per turn. And realistically, a combo deck, you should only have to play 1, so that if you do end up sending off of it, sending your Quinlong to continue, I mean, it's not bad. It's just that's what you need to kind of do. Thank you so much. 2 of them. I know know I'm playing the Brave Engine, playing Pot of Desires. I mean, oh my gosh, you're gonna banish yourself. It's pretty much +1, you know. So Pot of Desires, draw 2. It's like
Pretty good.
Freaking good card, right? You know, the one-offs for the, you know, very, very typical. The 2, you know, I only play 2. If anything, on the whole Brave package, I might add another Water Enchantress, just because I like to debate the Ash, and when you have Gamma in hand and they go Ash, and then it's like, oh yeah, let's go, baby. Queen Long, it's such a good card. You only need to play 2. I don't use its on-field effect unless it's like very rare that I have to use this on-field effect. So, because I'm not using its on-field effect that much, I'm just like loaded in the graveyard.
Yep.
The best card in the virtual world. Everyone says it's Lulu. It's obviously City. City sets up your Chooch. Chooch knocks off boards. I mean, pick them apart. You know, oh my God, you Fairy Tale Snow any of your virtual world stuff, and you just have a loaded Chooch for the next 6 turns. It's like, bruh, like, good luck.
That's nice.
Have some fun. I'm gonna get a little hate for this. All right. 1 E-Telly. If there is a card that I'm going to cut out of this deck, it would be E-Telly. I do not think it's valued at 3. Everyone's like, oh my God, E-Telly's at 3, I got to play 3 of it. No. If you're only playing 1 Nyan and you're playing 3 E-Telly, what are you doing? You're not even thinking with your head, bro. If there's one thing, like, honestly, like, it's just, oh my God, it's not once per turn, who cares? Think of it as another body. I mean, would you want to see 2 freaking Nyans in your hand at the end of the day, but you want to see 2 E-Telly? Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me. Dumb. All right, and then the traps. You know, we gotta go. Yep. Traps, very typical. I might play another Chooch. Kind of goes back and forth. This actually saved me huge. It was huge in all my games. Whenever I resolved this effect, and I had no cards in hand because of it, but I had just the right board to kind of like win the game state. Yeah, I mean, you have to play at least 1. You know what I mean? Chooch could be played at 3, but if you're needing 3, I mean, there's a Pot of Desires. I kind of get that. Let's go. You want the extra deck. All right. So let's go XYZs. 1 Utopia. You know, going second, everyone knows Virtual World, Utopia, Final Sigma, eat it.
Right.
Beatrice, pure send, Water Enchantress, anything. Also, send Fairy Tale Snow, send Scythe on their turn, Baron. Oh my gosh, play again, I dare you. You know, Patrolling M7, just a consistency piece if you really need to add something to your hand, because a lot of times if you act GG, but like, let's say they, you know, debury you, and they say synchro, and you want to like use your card effects, but you also don't. I mean, it's kind of good because I mean you can kind of fill some stuff up, certain stuff, and then you can always add it back to hand. So it's good enough to play. What's another one? Oh, the one fan. This was actually really originally a Hulk. I was kind of playing Hulk for a little bit there, just, you know, to have it, but I was just like, I'm never going to go into a Link 2, and the only time I'm going to go into a Link 2 is when I have Beatrice on the field and some other card that I don't want, and then I'll just Link away, and it's just, that's not really using my resources as well as this one. I mean, banish, you know, a card on field. If you are trapped in Worms and they flip over Rivalry to you, but you have a Chooch engrave, just stack this, pop the Rivalry, and pop a card in the graveyard. I mean, you're fine. Zeus, it's the boy. You can hard make it in this deck. I'll never do it, but it works. 6s. I think they, you know, Coral Dragon has earned its spot. Stardust Charger, the best card in the extra deck, gets everything going. GG, super good in the grind game. I mean, if you have a loaded graveyard and you have this card in your, I mean, they better have the right cards to get rid of it. Not a lot of decks do sometimes. So I mean, and it also wastes a negate if they don't. So 9s, Croc, and Shen-Shen. Shen-Shen Chooch loaded pass is such a good board, but at the same time, I mean, you need the Brave stuff too with it. The reason why I played this one over Vermilion is simply for the reason I don't like that card. Also, this card, if you have Scythe in hand, and you can go in this, draw 1 or 2, just so that when you need to pop the Scythe that you set, I mean, you're getting, I mean, I understand you're like nagging, but at the same time, you activate Scythe, resolve the effect of Scythe, it's over. I mean, there's just nothing. It targets on either
targets
side.
any card in the field.
And obviously Shen-Shen, people don't use its banish effect to shuffle back into the graveyard. If you're playing the Gamma package and this is your only card in field and you attack and you shuffle back in that driver and they get rid of this and you have a Gamma in hand, you're still able to plus off.
Oh yeah.
Like, you still have plays, you know, consistency going forward. The 10s, you know, Makes sense to run Baron. Gets your scythe package also. I mean, lock them out of their extra deck. That's the kind of the goal of Virtual World now. They need to be able to have the DD Crows, and nobody mains DD Crows. I shouldn't have said that because now people are going to play it against Virtual World. It's such a good card also against Virtual World. I hate it. But Baron, super good. I love it. This one, wow. Mirror matchup or anything else, if they banish, geez, have fun because it's like you're just stacking this card, and then when you banish a card, oh, look at this. I get to banish a card from your field and your graveyard.
Right.
Congratulations
really
on playing the game. And then, you know, the Utopia or Zolkin package, Crystal Wing.
And the boy.
Final Sugma, you know what I mean? It's just the best card in the extra deck. I mean, you just attack over anything, you know.
6K direct?
6K direct, it's like, wow, that hurt. And then it's like Utopia direct, it's like, that's game, isn't it? Yeah, that is game. So, you know, it's what it is. Let's go on to the side deck. This side deck is what won me that final match going into it. Thanks again, Kevin. You're the man for beating yourself. But anyways,
I'd like to make a statement that I literally made this like last night when I was like intoxicated. My man's trying to ask me
he
questions.
wasn't intoxicated. He was just drowsy from the sleeping that he should have made, alright? But anyways, Droll, super good. I mean, a lot of times people for the Despia, I mean, if they have branded opening, oh, they're gonna activate in the draw phase and then Droll's dead. No, it's not. If they activate freaking Frights of Patrick or whatever the hell that card is, and they do it in the main phase, and you droll them, it's like, bruh, you ain't getting branded fusion this turn unless you have it, and so it's like, all right, sucks to suck, bro. Another one. Oh God, please have Lost on the field and freaking activate branded in red. I will hit you so hard you will never understand what happened, and then you'll complain like call a JoJo over and be like, can you do that? Oh yes I can. Yes I can, Daddy.
Oh my God.
For the some 2 or 3 one-offs, you know, Harpy's Feather Duster, I just think it's good. Back row decks. Pinkertops, that was the 15th card I added last night. I don't know why, but I think I did side it in. My final game, I did side it in. Didn't see it because you only play one of it, but you know, if you did, it's good. Boom! Sword Soul Breaker. Go ahead and go into all your Tenny stuff. Go ahead and banish all your Tenny stuff, and then after you banish all your Tenny stuff and you banish it, everything, you don't have any consistency, and I have Token Collector engraved, what are you gonna do? Go into your Sword Soul stuff? You're cringe. Just give up the game at that point.
Oh,
That's
man.
just, you're bad, bro. Twin Twisters, you know, your boy hooked me up, and yeah, this is just a really good card. Also loaded your graveyard because you know we need our graveyard loaded, ready to go. Another card, you know, beats everything besides one deck, which is Flunder. But if you ain't playing 3 of this and you're sleeping, dude, this is by far the best card to have in the side. I'm 100% positive on that. They cannot do anything to Fusion, Synchro. I mean, Virtual World's nice because, I mean, we have XYZs or we have Synchros. Then you have to play against people like Sword Soul who only have our Synchro, and it's like, you just hit that and they can't go into their extra deck, or you go against branded Despia and you just call Fusion. It's game over. I mean, I did get to resolve it, I think, twice today. Another one that's really good against is Drytron. You just call out Ritual, and right when they activate, you know, any of their effects, and it's like, bro, they can't even get any of their rituals. They can't get Natasha to burn you that game. You know, it's whatever. You have plays to go through it, but yeah, that's definitely by far my favorite card in the side.
Awesome. Well, that's the end of the deck profile. We got it all right here. Congrats on getting first, Jacob.
Yeah.
We're all so proud of you. Been working so hard on the VWs.
Yeah.
Any shout outs you got?
Big shout out to Kevin Garcia. Hey! All right. I also got to get a shout out to the man behind the camera who's made me play Sword Soul so often against him. I come down to the shop when he's working, and all we do is literally hammer this matchup. Me, Virtual World, and him every other deck that he wants to play. So he just understands the competitiveness. And then I got to give one more shout out to my boy Stevie, who I play probably at least twice a week for a long time there, and then now it's like once a week. But I mean, him allowing me to play against him in Sword Soul, I mean, he has every deck, he has all the decks, and he really likes Sword Soul, but he had Despia, so it allowed me to play against the matchup a little bit and learn it a lot better. But other than that, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to Cap. I mean, I love this place. This is like Christian, you know, owner of the store is
Chris.
Chris is the man. Chris is the man.
Chris is the man. Well, Congrats getting in first, Jacob. And yeah, with that out of the way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.